Hello everybody, this is Garum, and of course I am ignoring reality. Alright everyone, welcome to episode 2 of Mad for Mods. You read the title of the video, you know why you're here, so let's get started. This one is a Fallout 3 mod called the Arefu Expanded, and what this essentially does is makes that tiny little settlement, the Arefu settlement, significantly larger. It essentially creates this small little, like 3 or 4 NPC town into this gigantic oasis. But you all might be thinking, well, a couple extra buildings, that's not exactly, something to just throw up the roadblocks. Let me stop you. They didn't just add buildings and NPCs. These guys threw in 4 new quest lines, 16 characters, 600 lines of fully voiced dialogue, a series of unique weapons, and even a radio station featuring lore-friendly music. So you guys can't even get mad at them playing like rock and roll or something that wasn't around in, say, the 50s and 60s. This is lore-friendly music. So this is a whole bunch of extra content that is jammed into the game that you know you love. This is definitely one that I would implore you guys out there to check into. Alright, coming up next is the DC Interiors Project. A lot of you guys know, walking around in Fallout 3, there is a multitude of locked doors, barred doors, broken down doors. Basically, there's no content behind them, there's no lock that can be picked. This door will remain shut. This mod here is going to open that for you. But what it's done is even go a step farther than that. You can now stand on the outside of a building and look into the windows. You can look through the windows. That never even occurred to me while I was playing the game. That 500 or 600 hours of my life that has gone into this game. That when you're inside a building, you can't look out. When you're outside of a building, you can't look in. Now you can. This has added a ton of extra content simply because of all the doors that are now actually accessible. This is definitely something that I would be checking out. Moving on from there, this one here is called Alton, Illinois, and this is a full-on unofficial expansion pack. This mod here, you actually leave the Fallout 3 area and move on to, you guessed it, Alton, Illinois. It took the guys who made this mod 2 years to fully flesh this out and release this. This features a hostile open world that has been torn apart by rivaling factions for the player to explore, with plenty of lore and dialogue to back this up. There's not much difference between this and the actual game, as you're going to come across cool new locations, fully voiced dialogues, new weapons. This one is definitely one that you guys should be checking out. The map for this whole expansion area is twice the size of Point Lookout, and this is completely separate from the standard game. This is a whole new map. There is tons of lore, tons of quests. This place is awesome. Alright, the last one here I want to throw you guys' attention towards for Fallout 3 is the Fallout Wanderers Edition. If you guys felt that maybe Fallout 3 wasn't quite challenging enough or immersive enough, oh please come check this one out. You're gonna love it. This one, enemies are stronger. Don't get turned off by that, let me finish. You are stronger. Your guns deal a lot more damage. Your sprint is sped up significantly. You get around a lot easier. That's the only bit that's maybe a little less immersive, but I'm not going to gripe too much about getting around that massive game a little bit quicker. It took these guys years to make this mod. They have added around 40 new weapons, several new armor sets, tons of new items. Now, back to the whole immersive thing. You will have to eat, you will have to drink, you will have to rest. It makes you connect with your character a little bit more. At first, it felt to me like it was maybe a little bit of a nuisance, but eventually you start really kind of paying attention to it, like, oh, dang, I've got nothing to eat, Probably should really consider, consuming that squirrel on a stick that's been on that table over there for God knows how long. And, wildly dehydrated, well, there's an old filthy toilet down the hall. I could quench that thirst. Don't know if it'd be worth it. You have to make more choices in the game that you wouldn't typically do. Back to the items that have been added. If you want to just take chems all day long, that's cool. There is 40 new drugs in this game that you can now experiment with. The amount of content that has been pushed into this single mod is so staggeringly much that I could finish this video out talking about nothing more than this. But basically it comes down to, if you guys played Fallout 3, loved the core experience, but just want more, there is more stuff to do. Go check it out. Now we're going to jump out to Fallout New Vegas, starting with the New Vegas Bounties. This game tried fairly hard to make it look like kind of a post-apocalyptic spaghetti western. I'm totally fine with that. I wished that the bounty system had been a little bit better, as opposed to, getting that perk and collecting ears or fingers. I wanted to actually go hunting somebody. This is an actual honest-to-God bounty hunt. You are going to find some douchebag and cap his ass. That's the kind of thing that I really was hoping to sink my teeth into with Fallout New Vegas, and finally we have been given that chance. MTUI. This one, I'm not going to say this is like a wild game-changing mod, it's not. But it is what I like to call a utility mod. It is something that makes the game better. This makes it to where when you go to a shop, more options can be viewed on the screen at a single time. It's going to be a lot less scrolling. When you're talking to someone and having to make choices, more options will be on the screen at the same time. You see more, work less. I'm totally for it. Alright, now we're going to shift the attention to Project Brazil, an unofficial expansion pack that took several really good modders and contributors years to make this. This takes place in California with a whole new vault society and a massive, dangerous overworld to explore. You're going to take up a whole new main storyline quest, tons of side missions. It may be a little bit buggy. They are still streaming in patches and fixes for this. So, if you guys want to play a perfect, pristine polish, may want to shy away from this one for a little bit. But by no means is it unplayable. A little bit buggy? Sure. Is it worth it? Oh, hell yes. Alright, this one is jumping back to the utility mods. This is the centered third-person camera. Some people can't do the first-person shooter. Totally get it. Turn the first-person shooter on, your motion sickness goes insane. So you jump back to third person, but your character's off to the side. That is so freaking annoying. Why can't they just put him in the middle? This one has got you covered. If you're someone who feels that way, like a ton of people do, this puts you right in the middle. Crosshair over your head. You're not shifted off to the side of the screen. You are where you should be. Alright, moving on. Project Nevada. This one as well is a massive, massive mod. This one has a multitude of different facets. You don't have to use them all. You can pick and choose. I want to put this into the game, but leave these 6 out. Whatever you want to do. This gives you that freedom. This will allow you to have a grenade hotkey. Who the hell doesn't want more grenade options in any game? This allows variable zooms for your scoped weapons. That's just cool. This just makes more sense. This puts in elements like bullet time. Another big portion of the Project Nevada will actually allow you to surgically upgrade your body with cybernetic implants. You can get a boost to your vision, your strength, your speed, your durability. But past that, there is a ton of new weapons and gear, and they have not even we're only going to give you access to the weapons and gear that we have made. They've actually opened it up to a pool of other modders who send in their guns, their swords, whatever. Monster mod. Have you walked around New Vegas so long that you know every single creature on the plains? You have seen a Deathclaw so many times, while still terrifying, it doesn't really make you jump anymore. go get you the monster mod. These guys have created several new, kind of freaky looking guys. Some of them a little bit stupid looking, that's okay. But a lot of them a little bit freaky looking. You walk up on some of these things in a dark cave, you might just take a step back for the first time in a little bit. Beyond, just full on creating new monsters, these guys have also implemented variations of existing monsters, different dogs and scorpions and ghouls. Then have kind of gone a little bit insane with, alright, we're going to put in a giant two-headed axe-wielding zombie mutant. I'm totally for it. That's cool as hell. I absolutely want to see this. Some of you guys may be seeing this picture like, wow, I really want to put this in the game. Totally got your back. In the description below, I'm going to have a link for every single one of these mods I have covered. These mods are all free. They accept donations, and the donations will help them create better, cooler, bigger mods. But the donations are not mandatory. You can have these for nothing. Okay, back on track here. Colored map and icons. That's what this mod is called. And it's not a title as much as just a full-on description of what the hell this is. Some of you may have noticed, you bring your Pip-Boy up, look at the map, and wow, it's all the same damn color. It seems like with a piece of technology like that, there would at least be some differences. You would be able to look at your Pip-Boy and tell maybe a little bit better what is a building and what is water or a mountain, instead of just a whole bunch of nonsensical crisscrossing lines. Don't get me wrong, love the Pip-Boy in every conceivable facet, but when I saw this, I was like, wow, that actually does look a little bit lazy in comparison. This is going to be a lot harder to get lost on the map. It's a little bit easier to see, well, if I keep walking this way, I'm going to walk into a mountain. Definitely something to check out. Next up is For the Enclave. Now, a lot of you guys out there may be thinking, well, the Enclave, they're kind of the bad guys. Well, let me remind you, some of you guys out there probably pushed the plunger and blew up Megaton. I know I did. And then I laughed. And then I reloaded, and then I did it again. You guys may have not all done that. I did. And I'll do it again. I swear I'll do it again. So, not all of you guys out there are totally without sin. And some of you that maybe walk a little bit more on the shady side might want to check this one out. You join the ranks, you go on quests with them, you go into their underground base. Definitely some cool stuff to check out. Next up is the Goodsprings Shack. Walking around the wasteland, it really sucks to put your gear anywhere. You could store all your gear into a locker, you leave, come back, and now you open it and there's, a rad scorpion poison gland. Well, I was really hoping to come back for my cache of, fat boy nukes, but hey, a scorpion gland is cool. Goodsprings Shack, this has got you covered, guys. It's a small little house that you can put anything you want anywhere you want. Stuff is not going to disappear. You can throw your crap on the floor, leave for 12 hours, come back, and it'll be right where you put it, exactly like it should be. Alright, now we're going to talk about the character overhaul in New Vegas. Whenever you guys start your character creation, you may notice that it's a little lackluster. You don't have as many options as you wish you did. What this is you want to walk around and your guy be scarred all to hell? Go for it. You want to be a ghoul? Go for it. So not only does it make your guy look way cooler, way more detailed, and give you a lot more options, it also makes the NPCs much more detailed. Now, a lot of you guys are like, well, I've tried texture mods before, and there was such an impact in performance on my machine, don't know if I want to go that route again. Let me alleviate that concern right now. Somehow, these guys have optimized this mod to where there is such a slight hit with your computer's performance that there's literally no downside to having this. Everything looks pretty, but your machine's not going to run any slower. Alright, that's going to bring this video to a close. This is just a list of the mods that I found and was able to try out. There are hundreds of mods. I didn't have the time to go through every single one. If I missed one, guys, throw it down in the comments. I'll do another video. Oh, hell yes, I'll do another video. If you guys enjoyed the video, and I totally hope you did, give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate that, guys. Also, might want to consider hitting that subscribe button. I do several videos a week. Content is always on the way. Thanks, guys.